So here we are again looking at the trilogy of ongoing Godzilla comics from publisher IDW. We already covered Part 1, Kingdom of Monsters, so now let's dive right into Part 2. Simply titled Godzilla, and often referred to as Godzilla Ongoing, this 13-issue series ran from May 2012 until July 2013. It's written by Dwayne Straczynski with art by Simon Gain. I read this comic when it was being released month by month, and I'll be honest, I didn't care for it much back then. I didn't dislike it, it just didn't leave much of an impact on me. However, after rereading all 13 issues in a row, I've had a dramatic change of heart.
4 stars!
Let's cut to the point. This is hardly a Godzilla comic. This is a goddamn Jason Statham movie. This is the bald British anti-hero in a hyper-action thriller. This is Crank with kaiju. This is the Transporter 4, Destroy All Monsters. This is check your logic and reason at the door, relax, and have some fun. This is a movie on paper, and I think reading this series month to month really hurt that fast-paced momentum, so the story couldn't really get its hooks in me. But when you sit down and read it all at once, in my opinion, this comic is an absolute winner. It even follows the structure and beats of a movie. You have sort of a pre-credits first 10 minutes setup. An ex-British Special Forces operative named Boxer takes a job as a bodyguard, and when Godzilla attacks, he's using his brilliant tactical experience to escape the crumbling building with his client, only to have her die at the hands of careless, gun-toting morons. Then you cut to the movie title. Act 1. Boxer puts his old team of mercenaries back together. You've got Irv, who just lost his entire family when Kumanga crashed his wedding. You got Harrison, a pro driver who mysteriously never talks. And an army scientist named Claire, who of course is also Boxer's ex. The group go into business using their unique skill sets to actually capture kaiju. And if you strap yourself in and enjoy the ride, then the action scenes will be a lot of fun for you, even when they give us action movie tropes like this. In Act 2 of the movie, the monsters are getting tougher, and Boxer has his sights set on the Big G. Meanwhile, a mystery is starting to unfold. What happens to the monsters they capture? Turns out they're being transported to an island where a group is looking to tame, weaponize, and sell them. Mechagodzilla is also unveiled, but it's not quite as effective as Boxer's team, and it takes a good fall. Boxer's team starts to fall apart, pasts are revealed, and the real reason for the rise of the monsters is made clear: to prepare for the coming of even worse monsters from outer space. But that's okay, because then we go into the third act of our comic book movie, the balls-to-the-wall, action-packed climax. I'm not going to spoil the end, but if there were a trailer for this movie, it would no doubt show the Kaiju Royal Rumble, Boxer uncovering the Monster Island conspiracy, and Boxer taking a turn piloting Mechagodzilla. All leading up to a great final fight, and even a teaser for a sequel. It's a nice, clean 13-issue story, and if the film template I just described sounds good to you, then I highly recommend this comic. Also, the art really grew on me. It has a nice sort of grunge-ish look that complements the writing and story very well. It's not quite as gorgeously messy, but at times it reminded me of Keith Giffen's work on Lobo and Trencher. What else is there to say? If you like everything I just said, you'll probably like this comic. And you could pick up all 13 issues collected into a graphic novel that's retitled Godzilla, History's Greatest Monster. There are also 3 trade paperback collections floating around, but go for the all-in-one if you can. Before I wrap this up, I want to make a quick note on my review for Godzilla Kingdom of Monsters. After I posted that review back in March! Holy crap, I haven't done a comic book review in a while, huh? Anyway, after I posted that review, a commenter named KaijuX pointed me to a link on Eric Powell's blog. You see, in my review, I mentioned a weird tonal shift in the last few issues, and I said the ending felt random and tacked on. Well, according to Powell's blog, it was tacked on. Apparently, Toho was not comfortable with the direction Powell and his co-writer Tracy Marsh wanted to take with the series. Powell and Marsh didn't feel they could execute their concept as planned, so they stepped away after 8 issues. A new team stepped in for the last few issues and wrapped everything up quickly, without really completing any of the character arcs. On Powell's blog, you can actually read their original version for the end of the series. I like a lot of their ideas, and it's a shame they couldn't execute them. But I can't rate these works by their intentions, only the finished result. So my criticism and score for Kingdom of Monsters remains the same. What comic book series do you think I should review next? Which series? Which series? This video was sponsored in part by these patrons, including Irving Jimenez Begito. Find Monster Island Buddies on Patreon if you'd like to support the channel as well.